And now, presented by Sprite, the 2K pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and everybody knows the guy next to me, the monstrous Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. Detroit's big guys, they're quick, they're active, they know how to get themselves open. Pretty good combination right there.
You forgot one word, tenacious. You have to keep a body on these guys by the basket. And the one thing you cannot do is lose track of these guys when the shot goes up.
Tenacious too, huh?
Yes, don't know how to spell it, but I know tenacious.
Yeah, I bet you do. I know tenacity too. It's like tenacious.
I know tenacious. Tomatoes, tomatoes. Tenacious, tenacious.
Wow. I'm confused totally. Here's Kevin Harlan.
And now your Minnesota Timberwolves starting five. Starting at small forward, standing 6'8", number 22, Andrew Wiggins. Starting at the other forward position, standing 6'8", number 33, Thaddeus Young. Starting at guard, 6'4", from Spain, number 9, Ricky Rubio. Standing at center, 6'11", on Montenegro, number 14, the Godfather, Nikola Ikovic. And in guard, 6'7", he's from Western Carolina. Would you please welcome number 23, Kevin Martin. The head coach of your home team is Cliff Sumner.
We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. We'll also be hearing from our friend Dorsberg from the sideline. The Timberwolves hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season. In the two meetings last year, they came away with wins, never losing.
Well, they swept the season series last year, and that was a pretty big accomplishment, as small as it might seem, but you know, one of the few bright spots of the year.
Now here's Butler. It's back to Jennings. Here's Drummond. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis.
And one of the factors in that game was they just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points from the free throw line to make a difference.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanked off the rim. They were letting them hear about that.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Pistons, Monroe and Drummond there inside. Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt, and it's Butler in at the three. So it's the Pistons now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought, they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
Brandon Jennings so quick, a left-handed speed demon. You know, as quick as he is off the bounce, he's not as good of a finisher inside as you might expect. I think sometimes he makes those shots a little more difficult than they need to be.
Now here's Pekovic. He's coming off a 10-point game against Memphis.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
Jennings passes to Butler. The dish to Monroe. Wiggins with the rebound.
And for Jennings, it's not just finishing at the rim. His percentages from mid-range and in between have room for growth, too. He's tried to develop a floater, but working on those 1 or 2 dribble pull-ups should also be an area of focus for him.
Butler on the wing. Here's the three, and that one's good. Butler's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. You guys are talking about Jennings finishing inside. So much of that is a mastery of angles. Steve, I know you're really mesmerized by the whole study of angles and the way players attack certain defenses, finding that space where the shot blocker can't get to it.
Yeah, geometry, Kevin. It's fascinating. And, you know, he could benefit from watching a guy like Tony Parker. He's the master at beating the big man to the backboard by putting that shot up quickly to use the rim to protect his shot. Jody Meeks, a 6'4" shooting specialist, a starter last season with the Lakers. He had his best year of his career. Very effective in what became a larger role for him offensively with L.A.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And Meeks with his best season last year, but still probably best suited to a reserve role.
Yeah, I think that's the case. He can shoot it. He competes at the defensive end. He's smart. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's not going to give you rebounding and playmaking, but what he gives you is pretty good.
Here is Jennings following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Jennings kicks to Monroe. It's back to Jennings. Poked away and stolen by Pekovic. Martin against Butler. Wiggins sets a screen for Rubio. Here's the screen. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, for Ricky Rubio, it seems there's been a little disappointment in his development as a shooter, but still room for hope and optimism. The Timberwolves were much better with him on the floor. His overall impact on the game, still undervalued, but clearly impactful.
Well, Steve, you talk about that stat for Rubio. The Timberwolves were almost 13 points per 100 possessions better with him on the floor.
Yeah, between his passing and his defense, he's a difference maker, Kevin. I know his shooting percentages haven't been great over the course of his career, but they're getting better. And Rubio, there's no doubting that he makes his team better when he's out there.
Jennings drives in. They retain possession. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Here's Jennings. 9 points last game out. Pass to Drummond. Here's Meeks. Just 5 on the clock. Jennings for 3. Jennings can't get that one to fall. And Pekovic kicks to Martin. Rubio outside. Pekovic with a screen on Drummond. Into Pekovic. Can't get it to go. The Pistons go the other way with it. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
That's good. Butler's got 5 points so far. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Martin kicks to Rubio. Elbow shot is on the way. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Jennings. Again, Jennings missing. Minnesota in the lead. Wiggins with it. He's picked up by Drummond. And now the Pistons fast break. The finish. Down the breakaway slam.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific. And I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And now that they have the lead, they might even want to get more aggressive defensively. Really attack. Try to come up with more steals.
So it's Minnesota now. After the basket by Detroit. And the basket by Rubio.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
Minutes checked in for Young. With this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
Well, I thought this team last season was a team that had some beautiful dimes. I mean, they would spread the floor with their ball movement and spacing and player movement. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Nice passes leading to baskets.
Now here's Jennings. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Well, as we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 3rd in rebound, 8th in steals. And they were in the top half of the league in block shots. So not a very intimidating team, but nonetheless a solid defensive team.
And this is a team that really relied most heavily on the rebounding numbers that you talked about. I mean, at top 5, they're a team that likes to attack the lane at both ends of the floor, really control the glass on defense and try to pound you inside with the offensive boards.
Timberwolves trail. Well, the problem was clear last year with the Wolves and what they lacked. Interior defense. So many baskets. Clark giving up at the rim by him.
And in transition as well, Kevin. They were in the bottom 3 in points in the paint and fast break points against. Hard to win consistently with those numbers.
And stolen by Pekovic. Jennings against Rubio. Pass to Wiggins. Dishes to Pekovic. In close, he hits it. Pekovic has got his first bucket of the night. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already, and as Rasheed Wallace once said, both teams playing hard, my man.
Now here's Drummond. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver. 6 on the shot clock. Jennings. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
Rubio with it. He's picked up by Drummond. Here's Pekovic. And that one is hammered home.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Jennings. Monroe dishes to Jennings. Stolen by Rubio. Here's Wiggins. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
It's Jennings with the drive, and he uses the glass on the layup. Jennings has got 6.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Stan Van Gundy had a moment to share with me. He knows they've got to really dig in defensively, facing a very talented offense. He said if you let them get going, they can run off a big lead and really put you behind the 8 ball. We've got to be disciplined, work together, and be prepared to make 2nd, 3rd, and 4th efforts. Whatever it takes to get a stop, that's what we'll have to do. Kevin, we'll see if they can get a win in this, their first matchup of the season.
All right, Doris. Stephen Clark, what's your take on coach's strategy here?
Well, I think he's got the primary focus right where it should be, on aggressive defense, getting stops, and trying to seize control of this game at that end of the floor.
Well, another way to say it, guys, is fighting fire with fire. High-powered offense against high-powered, intense defense.
Here's Jennings. Following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Here's Meeks, covered by Martin. Shot clock at 6. Drummond. Minnesota with the rebound.
And very quickly here in the first quarter, pronounced advantage for them on the glass.
Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
And stolen by Drummond. Now here's Wiggins. He's tightly guarded. Now the pass to Rubio. Outside, Martin. Pekovic with the screen for Martin. Kicks it to Pekovic, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And a lot of contact right there. I think the officials are making the correct call here. And this sort of call, of course, always about protecting the players. You can't allow unnecessary contact. And sometimes the players let the emotion get the best of them. And you make a foul like that, it's going to be enforced every time.
You know, Steve, I don't think many people would disagree with the stance that it's a very important objective to, to make sure everything is done to limit any sort of unnecessary contact.
Well, Nikola Pekovic, a battering ram style of play, but really soft hands for a big guy. I think that combination makes him one of the most effective inside scorers in the league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Wiggins. Jordan Crawford's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Mo Williams subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
You know, Stephen, for Pekovic, he's not the NBA leader in points in the paint every season. He's not far off. A great post-up score, something you see less and less of nowadays.
And even off the ball, a great offensive rebounder and finisher. He punishes you on the inside.
Anthony Bennett really struggled in his rookie season, but I still think he has a chance to be a really good player. You don't want to give up on this young man yet. He's strong, he's got length, he can shoot the ball out to the three-point line. I really think he's got the potential to be a versatile stretch power forward.
Here's Caldwell Pope. That is good. .27 seconds left in the first quarter. Williams attacking. Second chance shot. Here's Dang. Soft touch off the glass. Jang's got his first 2 points of the night.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Augustine against Williams. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Pistons shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Well, you look at last season's numbers, guys. Down below 70% as a team from the line.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Augustine.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
Here is Williams. Augustine with the steal. From deep three-point range, no good, trying to beat the buzzer. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 4. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's a Halloween broadcast of the NBA. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers go on the road to battle the Chicago Bulls this Friday. Don't miss it.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
Now, Kevin, in the first half of play, they're really closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity defensively.
Yeah, another thing they've done well tonight, Steve, a lot of steals in the first half, really getting after it defensively.
Getting nauseous, right as it, so analyze with caution when the light hit the ice, not 100 that you. Should I mention the fact transition is the track, no incision to the vision just to get me where I'm at? Little skateboard, EP2 bro, rise up and down collars and that little two-tone. It's so cold, you don't want to feel the chill of it. Just stand back and just look at the chill.
Minnesota leading by 4. They've got Zhang. Williams is out there with Jordan Crawford. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad, and it's Bennett in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Now here's Crawford. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. He shoots again. Here's Dang. He gets hauled in by Tolliver.
Once he had to change the shot because of the hand in his face, you knew he wasn't going to make it. Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Timberwolves shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Williams attacking. And no luck. The Pistons shooting in this game 45%.
Well, it's been a while since Motor City has seen the playoffs on the basketball court, and it just appears as though they've been stuck in neutral the last few seasons.
Now here is Augustine. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Nuggets in Denver. They get it back. Tolliver with the bucket. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Crawford outside. Outside Williams. Timberwolves passing it around. And Muhammad the bucket on the assist by Crawford. And the Timberwolves lead by 2. With Detroit, as you said, haven't made the playoffs since 2009. And Steve, over the last few years, just stuck near the bottom.
And they've been kind of a treadmill team. Good enough to not be dead last, but not bad enough to get a really high pick. And they tried to change it via free agency, so we'll see how it goes. When the size advantage is that pronounced, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Nice D from Crawford. The jump hook. Goes back up, and it's good on the way.
You see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket.
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
So it's Detroit now. They trail by 6. Got that one up quick. Caldwell Pope's got his third basket of the night.
The defense playing way too soft there, guys. He's just getting right to the rim.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Bennett setting the pick for Crawford. There's a screen. Outside Williams. Fires the 3. Can't hit. And Detroit the other way now. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand.
No question, a lot of fans will be focused on that matchup for Brooklyn.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did. It was a great dunk and also a great game we've got here. And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Augustine, no luck.
Excellent, really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, thanks, Kevin. Andre Drummond fell to the 9th pick in 2013 on concerns about his passion for the game. 2 years later, he certainly answered those questions and then some. He said, what's there not to love? You're playing the game that you love. Night in and night out. It's a passion game. Kevin, no one questioning his motor now.
The best offensive rebounder in the league, Doris. Thank you. Here's Crawford following the basket by Kyle Singler. Here's Dang. Williams trying to break free. Jang, no luck.
Gorgui Dieng, a Senegalese big man, of course won a national title in Louisville and was really the anchor of that team's championship defense.
And Dieng, not just a shot blocker defensively, he also grabs steals and takes charges. Very smart defensive player who helps in a lot of ways.
That's good from Yarebko. And Dieng, the former MVP of the Basketball Without Borders camp in South Africa, came to the U.S. as a slender prospect and has added over 50 pounds of muscle since his days at Louisville.
That's exactly right, but he's retained his quickness and athleticism while adding that muscle. That's the big thing. Plays with a really good motor. I love to see the fruits of his labor paying off.
Now, here's Rubio. Pekovic inside. He's against Yarebko. And that one's good. Pekovic.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
And Meeks gets to Jennings. Let's go. Here's Drummond. The kick outside to Butler. And he hits it to tie the game up. Butler's got 8.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here is Martin. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Jennings passes to Drummond. It's back to Jennings. Outside Butler. Passes it to Meeks. Lets it fly. And Butler gets it to go. He's got 10.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
And Rubio kicks to Martin. Here's Young. Tries again. And can't hit the shot. But they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
2 shots.
Thaddeus Young, a face-up 4-man. Not more of a driver, but trying to develop his three-point shot. In fact, last season, a career high in attempts from long range, and he made them at a pretty respectable rate.
Monroe's checked in for your red card. Meeks, good.
And as the game has gone along, they've gotten much more aggressive on the offensive boards.
You know, crashing the boards is really an effort thing. It's an attitude and effort thing. And if teams get tired, they usually take a break on crashing the board. But they've done just the opposite here.
Another miss by Minnesota.
And Young, really a solid three-point shooter from straight on last season. Good form, even with a somewhat slow trigger. If he can knock that shot down, he becomes a nightmare to defend because we know he can get to the bucket.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
The Pistons leading. Jennings with the ball. 6 points for him. And it's Drummond with the jam.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game. A potential momentum builder.
And Young, in his 8th season, still just 26 years of age.
Yeah, room to grow. I mean, if he develops that three-point shot, gets a little stronger on the boards, I think he has a chance to become one of the best face-up fours in the league. Well, Greg Monroe, good size and skill at the power forward position. Loves to operate from the high post where he can make plays for others or attack off the dribble.
And Monroe is an elusive left-hander. He's great at driving and getting to the basket. Not really an elite athlete, but, well, I tell you, with his size and ball handling ability, he's more than capable.
And Monroe developing his mid-range jump shot, Steve, to complete his face-up arsenal.
Well, he's made strides. I mean, it's a little concerning to see his free throw percentage falling over the last 2 seasons, but you know, that jump shot is key to keeping his driving lanes open.
The drive by Rubio. Martin dishes to Pekovic. Releases. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
He's done a nice job, a great job, actually, of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get. And he's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
Now here's Jennings. Good defensive work there by Young.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Martin the pass to Young. Rubio right side. And again, it's Minnesota converting. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
Some changes for Minnesota. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Nikola Pekovic. And Levine subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. He dishes it to Drummond. Here's Meeks, covered by Martin. Butler goes in to the wing on the left. Meeks outside. Second shot opportunity. Monroe's shot is good. Monroe's got 4 points this quarter.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Martin kicks to Young to the right side. Levine can't hit.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Meeks, shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Meeks got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Levine, and the layup's good off the glass. Levine's got his first points of the night. Pistons shooting it quite well, 52% from the field in the second quarter. Jennings kicks to Drummond. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And the 3 off target. Minnesota's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Martin with the bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
And it's been back and forth here.
Yeah, it's been tit for tat. Both teams trading shots and trading leads.
Jennings wide open. A three-pointer off the mark.
You know, something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound totals are almost identical.
No separation there. Not yet anyway.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. From past the arc. And the basket good. Jennings has got 9. Timberwolves shooting in the second quarter right around 48%. Here's Levine. Screen by Young. Seconds left, and the shot is good. Levine's got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves.
You know, with the expectations low for him, he can provide a nice lift when he does put the ball in the basket.
Tie game in Minnesota. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Ricky Rubio. And Ricky, you guys had a tough battle on your hands tonight. What do you think the adjustments are that you might make for the second half?
We got a lot of turnovers, they got a lot of layups, and that can happen. We have to take care of the ball.
Taking care of the ball, always crucial, Ricky. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Detroit needs to do a better job guarding against Wiggins.
He has 14 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
Well, the Wolves didn't have a hard time scoring against any team. They took it to another level. It seemed always against the East.
Well, every time they played out of conference, it seemed like an up and down wild affair, and they were pretty good in those kind of games.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Monroe and Drummond there inside. Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. And it's Butler in at the small forward. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, this offseason, the Pistons bringing in Stan Van Gundy in a dual role as head coach and president of basketball operations. Stan said in a lot of places there's not a connection between the front office and coaching. This setup creates a very unified organization. There are no excuses now. It's on us to get it done. We'll see if they can, gentlemen.
Well, thanks, Doris. Van Gundy builds his roster, then coaches it. We've seen that model succeed with the Spurs and the Clippers. Free throw good, Levine.
As you said, with the Wolves, third in the league when it came to scoring against the East, but they were also near the bottom in points allowed.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Pekovic has checked in.
The Wolves did fare well against the East, but if they were able to play just a little better at the defensive end of the floor, I think they could have had a pretty strong out-of-conference record.
And he lobs it up towards the rim, and Wiggins throws it down.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Jennings. Following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Here's Monroe. He's on target from 8 feet out. Monroe's got 8. Timberwolves leading by 4. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Pekovic, an easy layup after coming off the pick. He's got 12.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Here's Meeks. He has 7. Into Drummond. The feed to Monroe. That misses off the backboard. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Here's Levine, defended by Butler. Levine kicks to Pekovic. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got 3 rebounds now in this one. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. And he gets it to go. Pekovic has got the lead up to 8 now for the Timberwolves.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Brandon Jennings acquired in a sign and trade by the Pistons last season on a 3-year, $24 million contract.
And Jennings probably expecting more in terms of the deal. But look, maybe it was a wake-up call for him. You know, he has not been part of a winning team yet. And generally speaking, you know, stats alone don't get you max contracts. Stats and wins are what do that, and that's what's next for Jennings.
And the first one at the line is good.
And for Jennings, a quick, explosive athlete at the point. But you talk about how can he improve. He has the physical attributes to become a lockdown defender. But his focus at that end comes and goes. He's got to be more consistent in his focus at that end.
Minnesota making a switch here. Rubio's checked in. Here's Meeks. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Martin's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far. There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And the other aspect for Jennings, a streaky scorer to this point in his career. A little loose with his mechanics and shot selection. I think a part of it. I think improving his shooting percentages is an area where he needs to get better.
Here's Rubio. After the made shot from Andre Drummond. Young, a screen on Jennings. The try by Rubio. Martin wide open. He fires. Another miss by Martin. Pistons trailed by 5. Drummond a screen. Here's Meeks. Rubio with the rebound. Rubio's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Wiggins. Here's Young. Second chance shot. Rebound, Detroit. Monroe's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Jennings dishes to Meeks. Jennings against Martin. And here's Jennings. 10 points for him. Just 5 on the clock. Releases. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And guys, we look now at some numbers for Greg Monroe. Very nice season for him last year. Last year he averaged 15 points a game, 9 rebounds and 2 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation underneath with his size.
Well, not a lot is lost, Steve, when he comes in to relieve the starting base.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play. Jordan Crawford's checked in for the Timberwolves. A different look here for Detroit. For Minnesota, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
About a year ago, they converted about 78% of their free throws as a team, so pretty solid there.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Here is Tolliver. He feeds it to Augustine. Shoots it. That's good on the jump shot. Timberwolves leading by 6. Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. He kicks it to Pekovic. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Nikola Pekovic, prior to last season, signed a 5-year, $60 million extension. And he missed a month with a right ankle issue But that aside, he went about showing that he was worth every penny.
And that one falls for Nikola Pekovic.
And Pekovic had the best scoring rate of his career last season. You know, prior to that injury, he led the league in second chance points. He's just a monster inside.
And steady improvement for Nikola Pekovic over his 4 seasons in the NBA.
Yeah, he's improved his rebound rate every season. And, you know, dramatic improvement protecting the ball. Turnovers used to be a big problem for him, but now it's an area of strength.
Now, here's Rubio. 11 points in the game. Crawford outside. Into Pekovic. Rebound by the Pistons. 3-on-3. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Minnesota leading by 7. That's good from Crawford on the assist by Wiggins.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
For Detroit, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Caldwell Pope passes to Urepko. And Singler kicks to Caldwell Pope. Three-pointer Augustine. Pekovic with the rebound.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Deep 2 from Crawford. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Crawford's got 6. Well, Jordan Crawford last season starting at point guard for the Celtics to begin the year. He ended up in a trade as a reserve combo role, Steve, with the Warriors.
Well, it was a good fit with Golden State. And, you know, I think in Boston, what Crawford showed was that he had more playmaking ability than people realized. And ideally, he is a combo guard who can come in and really light it up off the bench.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. At this point of the game, always important to stay focused. And while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all 3 of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, no question. Right. I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. Look at Steve, got the Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah,
gotta love it.
And the shot is good. Caldwell Pope's got 8 points.
And Jordan Crawford in the past was certainly seen as a scoring combo guard, but he struggled to score efficiently. Focusing on his playmaking might enable him to still contribute even when his shot's not falling.
Here's Levine. He has 6. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You look at Jordan Crawford, 6'4", great quickness, so there's potential there defensively. He's got talent, no question. He's starting to deliver on it and still with room to grow.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
The other thing they're doing, guys, is forcing turnovers and then creating points offensively as a result.
And Augustine kicks to Caldwell Pope. Singler outside. Sinks the triple. Singler's got 10 points. Timberwolves leading by 6. Here's Levine. Goes up the baseline. Cannot hit. And it's Detroit the other way. And now the Pistons fast break. Feeds to Augustine. Now the dish to Tolliver. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Now here's Muhammad. He's guarded closely. Off target at the rim. Caldwell Pope dishes to Urepko. Fires it up. Williams with the block. And he gets it back. Nice shot by Singler. Timberwolves have gone 7 for 16 the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Williams kicks to Muhammad. Pulls it up. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. You would think that a team like the Pistons, Clark, who struggled as they did, would have trouble with teams out west, but they really held their own.
You know, that was surprising. They weren't exactly taking the conference by storm, but they definitely were able to knock off a few of the powerhouses out there.
Pistons trail by 4. Now Augustine. Pass to Singler from deep. That's good. Singler's got 15.
Kyle Singler.
Minnesota's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. He's got a clear path. Here's Caldwell Pope. Hammers it home to polish off the break. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
Looking over there at Steve, he's enjoying every second of it, Mark.
Yeah, me too. Man, this has been great, guys. The fans getting their money's worth here. Both teams just playing so hard out there.
Another miss by Minnesota.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks.
Here's Levine. He has 6. Here's Muhammad. Pass to Dang. And he drops it in from the low post. Chang's got 4 points in the quarter.
Gotta love the inside-out game there, guys.
Detroit's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And Detroit with a change here, too. Monroe's checked in. Martin with the bucket.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
And the Pistons with possession. They're on a 17-5 run here. Here's Augustine. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Augustine's got 8 points.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 11. Back to Martin. 6 to shoot. From the line. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Well, he knew that with his height advantage over his man, it was really a good decision just to rise up and take the jump shot.
Out to the right wing. Here's Caldwell Pope from outside off the mark. Here's Rubio. No luck. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Pistons ahead. They finish off the third quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. And we'll get it going after this from the target.
Bring your costume. It's Halloween in the NBA. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs hit the road for a duel with the Phoenix Suns this Friday, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Detroit's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Rubio and Martin manning the backcourt. Wiggins is out there with Young. And it's Pekovic in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Jennings wide open. Here's Monroe. Here's Drummond. Gets the bucket and the foul. That's on Nikola Pekovic.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
Now, this is when defenses have to protect the basket with everything they've got. Force the offense to shoot from the perimeter.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, they're taking high percentage shots in the paint. I like the way their offense is clicking.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
Rubio, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for Rubio. He's got 11 points and also a block shot.
Now getting to the free throw line and converting once he's there, along with his passing, those are the areas where he's really been strong.
Well, yeah, guys, it's basically just old school basketball he's been playing. I love it.
And so he makes both from the line.
You know, it's a little strange to think of Detroit as being a team that runs, but they actually were better when they did run last year. They made good on a lot of opportunities in transition.
Outside Butler. Right side Butler. Clock at 6. Here's Drummond. Fades away and sinks the tough shot. Drummond's got the lead up to 4 now for Detroit. As you said, guys, you think of basketball in the Motor City, you think of a very deliberate game and, Steve, tough D.
It had been the identity of basketball in this city for a long time, Kevin, but last year the Pistons were a top 5 team in fast break scoring. So, you know, when they run, they're at their best. So the city might be entering a new era in terms of the style of play.
Monroe's shot is good.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
The Timberwolves shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. And Pekovic throws it down.
Well, Peck is set at the perfect angle on the floor, and he used it nicely.
That's a play we may see from them a few more times.
Why not? I mean, when it works, you go back to it. Make them stop you.
And that one's good.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Kevin Martin on the wing. Second minute off the clock now in the 4th. Another shot. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
There's been a change in this game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now. You know, the Wolves really came up short from where they wanted to be, and you've got to attribute it to the fact that they weren't as good at home as they needed to be.
What, just a brain cramp, guys? I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Rubio the pass to Young. Pekovic inside, defended by Drummond. And that one's good. Pekovic has got 9 points here in the second half. And for the Wolves, they weren't bad at home by any means. They still ended up with 24 wins.
Yeah, but they were hoping to be up in the 30s like most of the playoff teams were. You know, really it came down to them not playing the high-level defense they needed in order to get wins at home.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy said to the team. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
Drummond dishes to Monroe, and he banks in the layup. Monroe's got 6 points in the quarter.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Timberwolves trail by 3. And it's Rubio penetrating. Tries again. Young with no one around. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 4th assist in this one. Jennings with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. Here's Monroe, and it's blocked. Outside Martin. Here's Wiggins, and there's the call by the official. He'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Andrew Wiggins blessed with great athletic bloodlines. You know, his father was a former NBA player, and his mom was an Olympic sprinter, so make no mistake. Great genes there.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Jennings against Rubio. Jennings with the ball. Here's Monroe. An easy 2 points on the layup. Monroe's got it all tied up now for Detroit. The Timberwolves have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Martin kicks to Rubio. Pekovic with a screen on Jennings. Rubio with it, and Jennings picks him up defensively. Rubio the pass to Pekovic. Good work defensively by Monroe. The Pistons have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Rebound, Minnesota. Young's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Pekovic dishes to Rubio. Second shot opportunity. Some solid defense from Butler.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
That drops. And the Pistons lead by 2.
You know, passing the ball well on the perimeter has really opened things up offensively for this club.
Steve, it makes the game easy. I mean, 10 straight points off assist. That's impressive, but it's easy when you move the ball.
Drummond working against Pekovic. And play stops as it looks like they call an over-the-back here.
Not much doubt about that over-the-back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
The Pistons have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. That's good.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
And Rubio kicks to Martin. Dishes it to Pekovic. The jump hook, and no good. Trying to use the glass. Detroit leading by 4. Jennings with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. And that one's good by Butler.
Great teamwork out there, really helping each other out.
They're playing as one. I mean, they're like a symphony. Everybody in harmony and in beat and in rhythm. 5 straight baskets now have resulted because of assists.
Greg Monroe, 6'11", 250, the ability to play the 4 or the 5 spot. And his combination of size and skill makes him very coveted around the league.
And it's Martin penetrating the pass to Wiggins. Young outside, 6 to shoot. Will it go? Good. Young's got 5 points now this quarter. And Monroe, very left-hand dominant, much better scoring from that side of the floor.
Yeah, and while being a lefty does throw defenders off, I think developing his right hand is something that will help him even get better as he moves forward.
These are incredible rebounding numbers. I'm not sure if we've ever seen anything like this, Clark.
That's for sure, Steve. I mean, a superhuman performance on the backboards. Well done.
He has not been on his game, and you know, their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation. Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shots.
Pekovic with the screen for Martin. Kicks it to Wiggins. Jacks up a 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Yeah, that's twice in a row now where they've done exactly the opposite and backed off.
Jennings kicks to Drummond. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Rubio outside. Young, a screen on Butler. And it's Rubio penetrating. Here's Young. Dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow. This game going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is on this.
Well, I just, you know what, come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Up top, Rubio. He's guarded by Jennings. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And no good. And a chance to take the lead. Martin against Jennings. Passes it to Drummond. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Bekovic with the screen for Rubio. Young in the corner. Martin, the pass to Bekovic. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
I really thought they did a better job, a much better job of getting it inside in the first half. They've got to get back to throwing it in the paint more here in the second. Talk about a terrific game for Bekovic. He's got 21 points, and he's been a brick wall today with all those blocks.
As he ever, he's really making them think twice about bringing the ball into the middle, getting it done at the line as he usually does. And that could be huge in a tight game like what we have here.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're losing by 3. 1:32 left in the fourth. .32 left in the fourth quarter. Jennings kicks to Monroe. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Martin. Dives for it. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. Rubio outside. He dishes it to Bekovic. Releases. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Good percentage shot, though. That's one they'll take any day of the week.
Jennings with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. Meeks dishes to Drummond. It falls! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Rubio outside. There's the feed to Bekovic. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's Drummond with the rebound. Clark, a big-time possession here.
Tell you what, their hearts have to be racing right now.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Outside for Martin. Another miss by Minnesota.
Easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 1. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
No need to rush things, although I think you do want to get a shot off in time to the point where if you miss it, you got a shot in the offensive rebound.
Well, if you got a play in your quiver that gets you a good shot, one you've been saving all game, now's the time to use it.
Here's Jennings. Can't cash in.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you. You know, the defense that time was just content to stay out of the way. I mean, no resistance at all. They let him do exactly what he wanted to right there.
Steve, no one looked too anxious to take him on.
No, you know, guys, I think that speaks to his strength and his agility. He's not a guy you want to stand in the way of as a defender.
And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Andrew Wiggins.
Thank you.